Center with an exclusive interview with BuzzFeed's founder and CEO, Julia.
Thanks so much, Kelly. And Jonah, thanks so much for coming to talk to us today. We really appreciate it. Now, you have this massive traffic, but where are your 85 million monthly visitors going? Are they going to your branded content, which is obviously very profitable to you, or are they going to regular articles, which are much less so?
The majority of our traffic is going to the site, just like the majority of traffic to the New York Times or to other sites is going to their articles and their editorial content. About 75% comes from social. So the only way we reach anyone is if people think our content is worth sharing. And about half is to mobile. And so we're seeing these big shifts from social and mobile that are really driving a lot of our growth.
So how do you make money from the articles, the majority of your articles, which are not branded content?
Well, we have promoted content on all of our articles and on our front page, and so brands use us as a way to distribute their branded content on the social web. And so instead of just having a banner ad where you can't really tell a story, they have a full article page, they tell a story, and they promote it on BuzzFeed, similarly to the way brands promote content on Facebook or Twitter in promoted slots.
Now, you've been growing very fast, but how sustainable is that growth? How do you make sure that your lists, which are very popular now, aren't just a fad?
You have to continually try new formats. I mean, we're obsessive with developing new formats. We do quizzes, we do videos. We did over 100 million video views in the last 31 days or last 30 days. So a whole range of content. Our focus is just making content that people think is worth passing on to their friends and sharing.
Simon, you want to jump in here?
I'm just interested what you would say to some of the big media companies. Everybody obviously is trying to work out the new technology, digital, social media. If you were one of the established companies, one of, say, the big TV networks in this country, what would you be doing in order to plan and structure for the future?
So I don't really understand the businesses of the traditional media companies that well. I think that there does seem to be a huge opportunity to embrace the social web and to embrace mobile, and that we're seeing a huge shift of time towards mobile and social, and I think we're seeing that particularly with younger consumers, and so I don't think it's something they can ignore. I know that they also have very profitable existing legacy businesses that they also want to protect, and so I think there's a balancing act for them that we don't really have to deal with.
You talk about the importance of social, but Facebook versus Twitter, which works better for advertisers and for sharing content?
They're both great platforms. Facebook is much bigger than Twitter. It's a bigger source of traffic to news sites as well, even though the majority of people who use Twitter use it for news and get news on it. So I think you see a lot of celebrities on Twitter. You see a lot of news makers and elites on Twitter, but the mass audience is really on Facebook.
So you think that despite all this buzz about Twitter, Facebook's going to be a more successful business?
Well, Facebook is a bigger business. It has a bigger market cap. It's more mature. It has more advertising revenue. And I think what we're seeing now is Facebook is really promoting the content to publishers and news content more aggressively. And so we're seeing a lot more traffic to BuzzFeed and other sites in BuzzFeed's extended network getting more and more Facebook traffic.
A quick final question about your international expansion. I know you're making big push overseas. Is this about native content, or is this about cat videos? Do cat videos translate overseas?
Animals are pretty universal. Humor varies by country. Content about people's identities really has to be made differently in different countries. Most of our traffic is in North America. The UK has matured now. We have 7 million uniques there and real revenue in the UK. And then we have just launched in Brazilian Portuguese, in Latin America with Spanish, and in France. And so I think next year we'll see a lot of growth in those markets.
Looking forward to seeing how that all. Thank you so much for joining us, Jonah Peretti. Really appreciate it. Guys, back over to you.
Great conversation, Julia. Thank you so much. When we come back, Microsoft making a big play for your living room. The Xbox One aims to be your gaming console, your cable box, even your radio. The question is, will it succeed? The man at Microsoft in charge of the Xbox will join us live here at Post 9 with all the inside info and hopefully console itself when we return.
Scottrade knows our clients trade and invest their own way.
With Scottrade Smart Techs, I can quickly understand my charts and spend more time trading. Their quick trade bar lets my account follow me online, so I can react in real time. Plus, my local Scottrade office is there.